Hello student, good morning. How are you all? Hope everyone is keeping fine. Welcome once again to the online classes. So children, as we know that we were discussing about the electoral constituencies. Yesterday that we have discussed how area wise the constituency is divided in the country as also within the state and all for the election purpose, and already we have seen that. And today we are going to talk about the reserved constituencies, how some group of people were totally reserved in the constituencies for the candidate or for the for the candidate representative post and all. Okay, let us see what is this reserved constituencies will be looking for. Our constitution entitles every citizen to elect her or his representative and to be elected as a representative. It means our constitution is totally giving the rights, or it is totally providing the entitled to every citizen to choose their own leader or a representative. So this choosing or selecting a particular representative and giving a vote, this right is totally providing by the constitution. Okay, and according to that he or she gives the vote for the particular person for the representative. Okay, next, the constitution makers however were worried that in an open electoral competition certain weaker section may not stand a good chance to get elected to the Lok Sabha and the state legislative assembly. So it is a very good point, that is. So one more, the reserved constituency, when we talk about that is, so everyone have the right to stand for the elected representative and all that is. So certain times what happens, that the weaker section people, okay, weaker section people, they may not stand for a good chance to get the elected in the Lok Sabha or in the state legislative assembly. For them the government have made certain facilities. Okay, that is what is known as a reserved. Okay, reserved seats, that is the constitution is totally providing them. So let us see what are they and how, to whom that is the constitution is providing, that is will be looking for. They may not have the required resources. Who? The weaker section people that we are talking about. The weaker section people may not have the required resources, education and contact to contest and win the election against others. That's very good. So they may not be having, because when we talk about the poor section people or the weaker section people in the society, if they want to become a representative, they may be a good speaker or good quality leadership that a person might be having, but he may not be having that much of resources or that much of education, or he may not be having that much of contact with other people to win for the election as a candidate against others and all that is. Okay, and those who are influential and resourceful may prevent them from winning the election. Generally it happens in our surroundings also, in our constituency also, that it happens, we have been saying. So those who were totally having more resources or totally influential person, they can only win the election and all that is already we have seen. So other people, they may not be getting the election and all. So this is what we were discussing for, and the resourceful person may win because they may be having good contact with others and good influential systems with them and good resources, so that they may win in the election and all that is. So if that happens, our parliament and the assembly would be deprived to the voice of a significant section of our population. So if it happens, if the resourceful person or a good influential person only getting and the weaker section people are not getting, then we are not having, or we are not providing the proper rights for the people, or they are totally deprived, they are totally denied their voice and all, that is in the constitution or in the government and all, that is what it happens. And that would make our democracy less representative and less democratic. So that is why if it is not given, if this right is not given to those people, the weaker section people in the society, then how can we say it is a democratic country? Democracy itself is a right to the people. People have all types of right. It is people's government, of the people, by the people, for the people. That means everything is for the people, because of these people only. So that if, that means all the section in the society, all the people in the country that having their rights. So these weaker section people are not providing any rights, they were totally deprived in the society, they are not given any chances and all. So then we cannot say it is a real democratical system is running over in the country. So that the makers of our constitution thought of a special system of reserved constituencies for the weaker section. So that is the reason our constitution have thought, the people, those who have written the constitution, they have thought in their mind, and they planned it out how we can bring forward to this weaker section people to the stage, or to come forward and have their rights in the society or in the country. That is why the weaker section people are totally given the reservation in the constituencies. Okay, some constituencies are reserved for the people who belong to the scheduled caste, SC that we say. Okay, SC and ST that we say generally. So those group of people, and scheduled tribes, scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes, SC and ST people are totally given the reservation in the constituencies. Okay, next, in a SC reserved constituency, only someone who belong to the scheduled caste can stand for the election and all that. So it is generally, if the particular constituency is reserved, or said it is only belong to the SC ST people has to stand, or only the SC candidate has to stand, then only the scheduled caste candidate only have to stand for the election and all that. There is no any other group of people, or no any other section of the people could stand over there. Okay, that is what it happens. And similarly, only those belonging to the scheduled tribes can contest an election from a constituency reserved for the ST. In the same way, in the ST scheduled tribes areas also, where the constituency is being preserved or reserved for the ST people, only the ST candidate can stand over there. Okay, that is what it happens. And currently in the Lok Sabha, 84 seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and 47 for the scheduled tribes, SC and ST people, as on 26th January 1990 onwards, 2019 onwards, that has been planned it out. Okay, and this member is in the proportion to their share in the total population. Thus, the reserved seats for the SC and ST do not take away the legitimate share of any other social group. So, these people may not be taken their legal power. Okay, the legal share, okay, or the power that they supposed to have, the lawful power that they supposed to have. This weaker section people, SC and STs, they should not be, this power should not be taken away from the people and all that. That is why that the constitution maker have totally planned it out for to provide or to bring forward to this weaker section of the people. Just once you imagine, that is, if this reserve systems could have not been in the constitution, okay, for the weaker section people to not become the leader or the representative and all that, is what could have happened. Just to imagine, only the richer could dominate the society, only the richer could come forward and become a leader and all that, is it could have happened. Okay, This system of reservation was extended later to the other weaker sections at the district and the local level. Then it was in the center. Then slowly, what happens to the state and the district and the panchayat level also. This has been extended in that area. In that system also, election also it should happen in the district level elections, or also in the panchayat level election also. This formula has to be taken place. In many states, the seats in the rural, as it is given over here, the panchayat, okay, in the rural area, or in the urban area, it is in the municipality and the corporations. The local bodies are now observed for the other backward classes. OBC also can stand for that, is as it is given in the panchayat level or in the municipality areas and all the corporate areas and all that, is the OBCs also is given the priority to become an leader over there, or stand for the election and all that, is however that the proportion of the seats reserved the varies from state to state. Similarly, 1/3 of the seats are reserved in the rural and urban local bodies for the women candidates also. So as it is SC, ST and OBC that the seats are being reserved, especially the SC, STs, in the same way what happens in the state level or in the central level and all that, is women candidates, for the women candidates also, that the reserved seats are being available. So that is what all about that the concept of reserved constituencies that we are discussing about. Next we will be talking about the voter list and all. What is this voter list? Who becomes the voter and all that, is and how it is being made? Who makes this voter list and all that, is let us look at. Once the constituencies are decided, the next step is to decide who can and who cannot vote. So once the constituency has decided that these are the areas will be the constituency for the election and all that, is then after that, is that the next decision will be taken and all that, is who are the people have to vote, who are the people may not have to vote and all that, is has to be decided. So this decision cannot be left to anyone till the last day. So they cannot wait for till the last day and all that, is so in the beginning itself only, that beginning itself of the election only, this process has to be done and all that, is so let us see who can become the voter and all that, is we will be talking about. In a democratic election, the list of those who are eligible to vote is prepared much before the election and given to everyone. This list is officially called the electoral roll and is the commonly known as the voter list. So this is before the election only, this list has to be done and all that, is okay, or this list has to be maintained before the election and all that, is and this is officially it is known as the electoral roll, or also we can say that is a voter list. This is an important step for it is linked to the first condition of the democratic election. So this is very important step that the government has to take and all that, is in the democratic election and all that, is because everyone should get an equal opportunity to choose their representative. So it is a very important thing that the conducting of this election and all that, is okay. So first of that means each and every people in the country or in the state has to get their opportunity or equal opportunity to all the people, that has to be given, okay. Earlier we read about the principle of the universal adult franchise. Already we know what is the universal adult franchise and all that, is people will be given the right to vote and all that, that is what is known as a universal adult franchise and all that, is and we studied in the history how the people have struggled for the universal adult franchise, and when we talk about the France revolution, France government and all, how they have made only the propertied people were giving the vote, only the and all other section people were not given the vote, and then the women were not allowed to give the vote and all that we have seen in the France Revolution. Okay, just you remind that is okay. Remember when you study and all. Okay, in practice it means that everyone should have one vote and each vote should have equal value. So each and every person, okay, each and every age is being mentioned about that. That is why till now I am not telling the ages. Okay, from which age the people should give the vote. Already we know it is 18. So below it is mentioned. So that is why I am not telling about. Okay, so each and every people should have their equal rights to have the vote, and each vote should have the equal value. Okay, no one should be denied the right to vote without a good reason. Okay, a person, those who 18 or above 18 people, those who are in the society and all that is, everyone should have their rights to vote. No one should be denied. Okay, if without any good reasons and all that is, no one should be denied to give the vote and all that is. Okay, voting rights. And the different citizens are different from one another in many ways. Some are rich and some are poor, and some are highly educated, some are not so educated or not educated at all, and some are kind, others are not so kind, but all of them are the human beings with their own needs and views. That is why all of them deserve to have an equal say in decision that affect them. So whoever may be in the society, we will find the different citizen, different group of people that we will be find, different section of the people that we will be finding that is, some people are very rich, some people are poor, and some people are highly educated, some are not educated, some are totally not even a single system that they know about the election and all what is being going on over there. And some people may be very kind, some people may not be kind, whatever may be, we all are human beings. So being a human being in the society, everyone should have their rights, and they are deserved to have the right to vote and all that is. So this equal right that has to be provided to the people in the country. See that below it is given who can vote. Okay, which group of people or which age of people should vote and all that will it is given. In our country, all the citizens aged 18 years and above can vote in an election. So this is what is mentioned, that I was not saying in the beginning. So in our country, the person, those who are 18 or above 18 can vote, okay, in the election and all of that. Every citizen has the right to vote regardless of his or her caste, religion or gender. Okay, he may be male or female gender, he may be any religion, okay, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jain and all that, and he might be any type of caste and all that is. Everybody have the right to vote. So everybody deserve their rights and all that is to vote. So this is what totally that the Constitution is providing for us. And here we'll be talking again some criminal and personal, the persons with unsound mind, okay, can, will be see below it is there, okay, can be denied the right to vote, but only in rare situations. Some people are like criminals, and some people are like mentally some physically problem and all that is. So those type of people they will be denied to give the right and all that is. Why? Because they may not be knowing what is the right, and they may not be having the good thought, okay. So that is why the Constitution is totally denying them to right to vote and all that is. Only those group of people, not for all, okay. And it is the responsibility for the government to get the name of all the eligible voters to put on the voter list and all that is. So we are discussing about the voter list and all that is. So it's the government's responsibility, okay, the government's responsibility to find out the people, those who are eligible to vote and all that is, okay. And in the voter list, new persons attain voting age and are added to the voter list. Those who are getting into the age of 18 and all, that is okay, or above 18 and all, that is their name has to be mentioned over there, or their name has to be written over there in the list and all. Okay, and names of those who move out of the place, or those who are died are deleted. And certain times what happens, we the people are moving from one place to another place for the search of job or some different purposes and all, that is we are moving. So those peoples, what happens, that they has to totally delete from the particular constituency. Okay, and those people may write their name in that other areas wherever that they might have gone. That is why here in our particular area, that person's name has to be deleted. And sometimes if the person dies and all, that is so in his name no one should do the malpractice and all, that is no one should go and give the vote in the name of the dead person and all, that is so that is why their name has to be deleted from the list. A complete revision of the list takes place every 5 years. This is done to ensure that it remains up to date. Okay, in the last few years a new system of election vote identity card is being providing. That is what is known as a short form, that is EPIC. You might be knowing, you children, you might be seeing in your home also, your parents or your relatives, your brothers and sisters, those who 18 or 18 above and all, that is they will be having one ID card and all, that is okay, for the voting and all. Okay, you can just have a look, that is if you want. That is what it happens. Okay, and that the government has tried to give his card to every person on the voter list. And this card, whatever is being made, that is the election photo identity card, whatever the government makes, that each and every citizen that they should have 18 or above 18 aged persons and all, that is okay, those who are having the right to vote. And the voters are required to carry this card when they go out to vote. Generally this voter card is given, so when we are going to vote and giving vote and all, that is those time we should carry this vote, so that no one can vote for someone else. Sometimes it happens, no, in the name of somebody else and the other people is giving the vote and all, that is so this type of malpractices should not happen. It might have happened somewhere, that is why the government have made these systems to get the good clarity over a particular person, one who is having the his own vote and all, that he should maintain. So that is what the people are totally giving their rights. Okay, no one should misuse any person's voting rights. So that is why these cards are being implemented. But the card is not yet compulsory for voting and all, that is. So for voting, the voter can show any other proof of identity like the ration card or the driving license also. So it is also said, if a person may or he might have lost somewhere else, or he may not have made the ID card, the voter ID card and all, that is, then what happens, then he may show the different ID card, ID proof and all, that is, he is belong to a particular constituency. Okay, so his ration card or his driving license and all, that is, now these days the other card also is there, no? So some system, some card, some proof, that is we can show to that, so that we have to prove, that is okay. So the persons one will be in charge of that, they will see and they will believe, and after that we can give the vote for, that is okay. That is what the voting list or the voter list the people comes under. Next one is the nomination of the candidates. So next topic we will be discussing about how the people are being nominated. Okay, how the people are being nominated and how they are being nominated, the candidates. Okay, those who are standing for the election and all, that is how they are being nominated and also some processes are there. We'll be talking into that is the nomination of the candidates. We noted above that in a democratic election, people should have a real choice. So already we know in a democratical country, the people in the democratical election, that is the people should choose their own candidate. Okay, that is what we started beginning of this topic and all that is okay. And this happens only when there are almost no restriction on anyone to contest an election. So this happens when the people are getting totally absolute right, when the people are given without any restriction, then this type of contest is being taking place. Okay, totally free democratic system is being, or election is being taking place over there. Okay, this is what our system provides. Anyone who can be a voter can also become a candidate in election and all that. So those who are having the right to vote, those who becomes the voter and all that, he can become a candidate, okay, in the election and all that. He can be from any party and all that is, or he may be independently, he may stand for the candidate and all that is, okay, in the election. So this is what happened, it is depending upon the persons. Okay, here it is below given little explanation, let us look at. The only difference is that in order to be a candidate, the minimum age is 25 years, while it is only 18 years for being a voter. There is only one difference is there. If you want to become a candidate, you must complete 25 years. Okay, in the panchayat level or in the state level, if you are going to become in the central level and all that is, if you want to become any type of candidate, or if you want to stand for the election and all that is, you should complete 25 years of age. Okay, that is what is different. The giving voting age is 18, and to become a, or to stand a candidate and all that is 25 years is totally required. Okay, that is what. And there are some other restrictions on the criminals, etc. and all that is. Some now these days some other features also has been added. 25 that means the qualification. Okay, in order to become a candidate and all that is, what is the qualification is required for that is, that is being now these days they have made little bit, they have extended this. Okay, so a person should not have any type of criminal activities and all that is. Okay, but these apply in very extreme cases and all. The political parties nominate their candidates who get the party symbol and support. So here what happens generally, if any person is going to stand for that is, the party member has to choose for him. Okay, and the party member has to choose for him, and they should support for that. The party symbol should, or the party should support the persons. Okay, in this way that the candidate can be elected, or the candidate can be nominated and all. And the party's nomination is often called the party ticket. So party nomination is known as the party ticket and all that. Sometimes we may see so also person and all that is, that the ticket is not being given. That means he is not selected among their party group and all. Last year or the last session that he had given, or that person had given, but he could not do any effective job or effective work and all that is in the party. So they may change. Okay, the party leaders may change to give the ticket to other person and all that. This is what also happen in the election. Okay, and every person who wishes to contest an election has to fill a nomination form and give some money as a security deposit. So if any persons, those who want to stand or contest the election and all that is, he should fill the nomination form and all that is, and it seems that he has to keep some deposit, some amount, and for the security purposes and all that is. So different type of systems that now these days the government is being making and all. That is for all. Okay, not for any party people or not for any group of people, that is for all it is done. Okay, so recently a new system of declaration has been introduced on the direction from the Supreme Court. Okay, now these days a different declaration has been done by the Supreme Court. What is that? Every candidate has to make a legal declaration giving full detail of a particular person. That means means if any person is going to become a candidate, okay, or going to contest, he should give himself a complete declaration, complete details, that full details that he has to give to the people and all that is okay. So that what are the things that you see? The serious criminal cases pending against the candidate. If any type of cases, criminal cases are pending upon the person, that has to be brought to the people, and everyone should know about that is okay. And the details, the second point is details of the asset and liability of the candidate and his or her family background and all that is. So what are the things that he is having, what are the assets that he is having, what are the liabilities that he is having in his home, and what are the that means totally property that he has to show, what is his bank balance, his property, his buildings, each and everything, and about his family also, that he has to declare it, he has to show it, okay. So this is the Supreme Court has given some new declaration to contest an election. Or the educational qualification also is has to provide by the candidate, okay. Educational qualification also has to be given, and this information has to be made public. This provides an opportunity to the voter to make their decision on the basis of the information provided by the candidates. So you may ask, sir, why it is needed? A person can become a leader, whoever may become the leader. No, before that we have just discussed SC, ST, OBC, or any group of people can become. Where is the reservation systems are there in that constituency, there the SC, STs will come, and where that is generals are given, there the people may become the representative. But why these systems? Because this giving total information, okay, to the public, that is what type of person he is, what type of candidate he is, okay, he is a property person or he is a unproperty person, okay, or any type of criminal cases that he is having, he is educated or uneducated, many things, many details that is giving for us, okay. That is what all about that the topic nomination of the candidates and all that we are discussing, and this is mandatory to have, okay. This is mandatory to have, because now these days these elections are becoming more complicated and all that is people many things it happens, because the leaders have the complete right in the society, and he is having the complete power to maintain the society. So which type of candidate that we are going to elect, that also we should know, and we should understand better to the candidate and all. That is why this information is being totally given, okay. So the next it is below that is written. Let us look at what is that. The educational qualification for the candidates. So why it is you may say, or otherwise sir, you can we can fix for a candidate one type of education to become a candidate and all that is okay. Maybe to become a MLA or MP and all that is, there should be some type of education and all that is. So why the education is not required? If you read this, then you will be understanding that. You see, why is there no educational qualification for holding such an important position, when some kind of educational qualification is needed for any other job in the country? You may say, sir, any type of job if you want to get, okay, IS, OS and all that is, if any type of the job that we are going to get, okay, the education is compulsory. So for getting this type of the position, very important position, the complete power that is giving to a particular person, then why we not make a qualification for the candidate and all that is? Let us look at what is it is telling. The educational qualifications are not relevant to all kind of job. So very clearly it is given, educational qualification is not needed for all types of job seems, okay. An example is given that you see, the relevant qualification for the selection to the Indian cricket team, for example, is not the attainment to educational degrees, but the ability to play cricket well. So in order to become a cricketer and all that is it. So they may say some types of education is required, if they could have kept. So you could see that some of the great cricketers and all that is they are coming up, and those who have already played and all that is their qualification, if you see, then you will you will really understand what is their real qualification and all that is. Some people are just 10th passed, and some are just 12th and just graduation, that is not highly qualified, but their ability to play, okay, their talent to play the cricket, that is what we have to see over here. So there is no degree is required for to become a cricketer and all that, but the ability is totally needed. Okay, similarly, that the relevant to the qualification of for being an MLA or an MP is the ability to understand the people's concern. That means in order to become an MLA or the MP and all that is, the candidate should have the ability to understand the people, or what the people need, what the people really require in the country, and how the country has to be developed. These all things, the people's quality or their ability to do it. The education will not matter over here. But now these days, certain types of politics that they play, some education is also required. Many things that it comes that as we know that. Okay, and the problems and to represent their interest and all. Okay, whether they can do so or not is extremely by lacks of examiners and all their voters after every 5 years. So the candidate should understand the people and all, and what are the system the people really need and all. If we have the qualification and all, they will be creating lot of problem, because some uneducated society group of people are also there, weaker section group of people are also there, so they may not be educated. So how it is, if we keep some education and all, that is only certain educated people only can become the leader or the representative, that is also will create another problem. So that is why that this system is being taking place. Even if the education was relevant, it should be left to the people to decide how much importance they give to educational qualifications and all that. So they are asking that if they are giving, okay, the education is giving to a MLA or MP, then what could be the education for that is also a type of what that question that creates in that is, or in our country, putting an educational qualification would go against the spirit of the democracy. For yet the another reason, that is, it is also another reason, that is, it will be against the democracy, because democracy itself writing giving to the people. Okay, every people have their own rights and all that is, so these rights will not be having, so it is against the democracy it will create. So that is why educational system is totally kept ahead, okay, kept aside and all that is, okay. And it would mean depriving a majority of the country's citizens the right to contest election. If for example a graduate degree like BA, BCom or BSc was made compulsory for the candidates, okay, more than 90% of the citizen will become ineligible to contest the election. So that is what it happens. As I have said you, all people are not educated in the country, so we have to respect them, we have to respect those people, and that is especially the weaker section. Maybe some reason some people may not able to study, but they may be having the good quality of capturing the people, or a good speaker they may be, or many things are there, no. So that is why children, we cannot say only the educated people can rule the country or can be to contest the election and all that is. So this is what totally that the lesson is telling about, that the nomination of the candidates or the education system that we could think about, that is, okay. And also we have also discussed about that the voting list, okay, the voter list and all, that is who can become the voter list, and the reserved constituency that we have discussed. I think and I hope that you might have understood, or some ideas that you might have got it. Here the map is given, that you can see, that is the Lok Sabha election constituencies and all, that is total constituency are how much it is there, you can see 543. Out of that general is 412, and the reserved SC candidates are nearly 48, and reserved ST are nearly 47. So this map also you just go through when you read it, okay, and you will have that clear idea. So children, I hope you may have some clear idea about that is, okay. So have a good day.